What's up, guys? Cheap Beast, aka Noah, back today bringing another video. This time we're doing something a little bit related to like hype wear, kind of like streetwear kind of stuff, and just something that is a good accessory for stuff that you wear. Also, before I get started, I am not an expert on this, and I have not spent any amount of money basically on this. They can get in crazy prices, but this is just really what I have, and I thought it was a good idea just because it's something you can put with a lot of things, and I think it'll look good with an outfit, and it just kind of, I don't know, add something different. So with that being said, there are 4 boxes in front of me, and they all contain watches. I've looked into watches. Obviously I can't afford a Rolex or anything. There's some watches that are more reasonable. I just, for some reason, don't want to pull the trigger. So I have fairly cheap watches right now. Nothing crazy. I just bought one yesterday, and that's really the inspiration for the video. I went to the outlets thinking I was gonna go and maybe pick up like some sneakers at Nike, but I didn't. At Nike, for some reason, it was closing at 6, and we got there at like 5:50, so they didn't let us in. So we went to Fossil, which, if you guys don't know, it's like they make bags and like watches and wallets. They do a lot of stuff with leather. So all my watches are actually from Fossil. Don't really know if that's on purpose. I've just been getting some pretty decent deals on them. So with that being said, let me show you guys them. So like I said, I'm no expert. I don't really know like watch names or anything. I obviously don't have anything expensive. So I just have the few that I have. I like them, but there's something I just want to spend a bunch of money on right now. I think like one of the biggest like goals or like flexes, like subtle flexes that you could have is like wearing a Rolex, because like a cheap one's like $10,000, and it's not something you notice unless you've like looked at the watch. Like you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a Rolex, unless you're a watch person. I'm not. I can't, like I said, I can't afford that, but I have these like fairly cheap watches. I think every one of these probably got for under $50, besides one of them that I got as a gift. We'll kind of just start from the first one. I'll show you guys them closer up as I talk about them. But this first one is just, all these boxes also come from Fossil. It's just this metal watch, pretty simple face, just dials, like nothing special. It's actually dead right now. I've had it for a while. I need to get a new battery for it. Haven't worn it in a while. Just because the band on it is a little like loose, so it would catch like the arm hair, and I never really liked that, so I kind of didn't wear it too much. But I got this one from my girlfriend. She got it for me because I was talking about getting a watch, and I just would never buy it, and she went to the Fossil outlet and they had it. So I think it's pretty decent. Not bad. Is it dead? Okay, I couldn't tell. I thought it moved while I was talking about it. But it's nothing special. It's just like this darker gray metal. But other than that, I don't know anything else about it. Like, I don't know how to talk about the faces or anything. But I think you can just like, for watches, you can kind of just like put them with stuff. Like the one I'm wearing now, I'll talk about that one last because it's the one I just got. But you can kind of just wear them all the time. Obviously, they're good for keeping time. But no, I feel like at this point, everyone has their phone on them, so they're not really looking at their watch. The watch is more just an accessory to like have. And if you really need to, you can check the time. But other than that, if you're not wearing a smartwatch, it's kind of just more for accessory kind of thing. So the next one I actually got was this hybrid watch. So Fossil makes hybrid watches that you can like set each like number to like someone texted you, or it vibrates when you get a Snapchat or something. But if you get a notification on your phone, it'll send a message to you. For some reason, I couldn't get this one to work. I haven't tried in a bit. There's been a ton of updates on the app. I couldn't really get this one to work too much. It's also dead for some reason, which I don't know why. But I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't get this one to work as well as I wanted it to, so I kind of stopped wearing it, and then I wanted something a little different, just something more simple, because I didn't want something like vibrating every time I got a Snapchat. But it's also got this metal like chain link band, and then it's just got a pretty simple face. But there's stuff on there that work with the app. But the hybrid watch is like, so it's not really like, it's partially a smartwatch and like a normal watch. Like it looks like a normal watch, but it has some stuff in it that works kind of like a smartwatch. So that one I got for Christmas like 2 years ago. So nothing I've had for a really long time, but I just kind of like them. The next one that I had is actually the one I wore a lot especially when I was working. I would wear it every day to work. It's just this black one. It's black faced, has the date on it, and then you can use it for like time, like you can like 60-second kind of stuff. Never really used it for that. I liked all the dials facing up, and then there's one for the date, so, and time. This one I actually liked a lot. I really liked the leather band on it just because it wasn't like ripping out my hair or anything. So it was just pretty simple, and it was something that I was okay with, and I liked it. So I thought this one looked probably the best. It's probably might be my second favorite one after one I got yesterday. But like I said, I think I paid $50 for it because there was a deal, like 2 for like $98. So this is the one I got, and I bought my girlfriend one. So I really like this one, and I think this one just like really easy to wear like all the time. So the last one I'm currently wearing now, I'll take it off so I can look at it better. It's this one that I've been looking at for a while, not at Fossil, but I looked at a few other brands. A lot of the other brands have this, like, I think it's called like a Pepsi bevel, and that's the only reason I know it, because I've seen it multiple times. So it's got that red on top and blue. It's got a blue face. I just really liked it. It's obviously like not a knockoff, like it's in different brands, but it's definitely inspired by a Rolex that's like $10,000. I really just like the Pepsi bevel for some reason. I don't know why. But I think it just works, and I think it's like a really nice looking watch. Obviously, like the band and stuff isn't like the highest quality, because it was only, I think it was $40. Like originally it was like 130 or something, but they're having 70% off everything. So that's why I bought it, and I thought it was a pretty good buy. This is definitely something I'm going to be wearing. From a distance, it looks like a pretty expensive watch. If you get closer and feel it, you realize it's nothing special, but I like it, and I think it's a pretty good watch. So that's all the watches I have. Like I said, I think it's just a good accessory to have with anything that you're wearing, just because it makes it look a little, like, I don't know, cleaner. I would get, like, it's kind of like a subtle flex, I feel like. I know these are nothing expensive, but I think it's just something good to have on your wrist, and I think it makes it look a little bit better and look a little cleaner in general, depending on what you're wearing. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. I know I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, so I can't explain everything too well. So if you want to look in more about watches, there are plenty of better sources than me. I just thought this was a little good accessory for what I kind of do. And like I said, all these were really cheap, so they worked out for me, since this is about being kind of like, my channel is cheapy, since it's about being like not spending a ton of money on stuff. Not saying I wouldn't get a Rolex if I could, but I just don't. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me, I guess, what kind of watches you like, anything like that. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.